Good morning, year ones. Today for our maths learning we are going to be continuing with directional and positional language. Today we're going to be making whole, half and quarter turns. So yesterday we learnt that when we turn we can turn either a clockwise direction or an anti-clockwise direction. So can you remember, clockwise is the same direction that the hands of a clock move, so that is to the right. Anti-clockwise is the opposite direction, which means something is turning to the left. So today we are going to learn more about turns. Okay, watch the astronaut turn. Okay, so did the astronaut turn in a clockwise or an anti-clockwise direction? Did he turn to the left or to the right? He turned to the right, so he turned clockwise and he turned a quarter turn. Can you say that? A quarter turn. A quarter turn to the right. So he turned a quarter turn clockwise. Okay, have a look at the circle here in the corner. Can you see that just a quarter of the circle is shaded in a darker colour blue? This shows us a quarter of the circle. The astronaut turned a quarter turn clockwise. Can you see that he's lying on his side and he stopped spinning there? So he's turned a quarter turn. Okay, let's look at some more. Okay, oh, he's upside down. Now have a look at the diagram. So our astronaut, he went clockwise again, and this time he ended up turning even further, and he ended up upside down in a straight line, but upside down. That means he turned a half turn clockwise. Can you see that half of the circle is shaded in? That means it was a half turn. Oh, he's gone even further this time. So he's ended up on his side, but this time it's the opposite side to what he was lying before. So he's turned a 3/4 turn clockwise. Can you say that? 3/4. 3/4. Can you see that quite a lot of the circle is shaded in this time? So if we can imagine this circle is split into 4 pieces, if it was a pizza and it was cut into 4, 1, 2, 3 of our pieces are coloured in, and they're just 1/4 left. So 3 out of our 4 pieces means 3/4. So he turned 3/4 turn clockwise. Oh, he's gone all the way around this time. So what might that mean? That means he's done a whole turn. So look at the circle, it's all shaded in now. So he started standing up straight and he did a whole turn and ended up standing back up the way he started. So he did a full turn clockwise. Okay, let's look at all of the types of turns together now. So, the first astronaut, can you see he's done a quarter turn? Look at the circle underneath. You can see a quarter, 1 piece out of the 4 is shaded in. That means 1/4, and that can be written with a 1/4. 1 piece is shaded in out of the 4 pieces. Yes? Okay, so our next astronaut, he's done a half turn. Can you see the circle underneath? Half of the circle is shaded in. Now we can write 1/2, or we can write 1/2, because 1 out of the 2 pieces is coloured in. 1/2. let's see what the next astronaut does. So he's on his side like the first astronaut, but he's facing in the opposite direction. He has done a 3/4 turn. So 3/4. And we can write that 3/4. Can you see that 3 of the sections of the circle are shaded in? Let's look at the last astronaut. So he did a whole turn, 1 whole turn. So you can see the whole circle is coloured in. Okay, so now the astronaut's going to fall from the crater. We're going to decide whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, and whether it's a whole, a quarter, a half, or a 3/4 turn. This is going to get quite tricky. So look at the circles to help you at the top. This shows a quarter, this is half, this is 3/4, and this is whole. And I've just put this clock here to remind you that clockwise is the same direction that the hands of a clock move, which is to the right. Okay, so watch carefully. Okay. So our astronaut has done a half turn clockwise because he fell to the right. He turned to the right, didn't he? And he's ended up upside down. So we can look at these circles at the top to help us. So we would choose this one, wouldn't we? And we know that that is half. So he's done a half turn clockwise. Okay, let's see how he falls now. Okay, can you guess? Use the circles to help you. So did he go clockwise or anti-clockwise? Look at the clock to help. He went clockwise, didn't he? Now, was it quarter, half, 3/4, or a whole turn? It was a quarter turn, wasn't it? Okay. Look again. He's standing back up straight. That must mean that he's done a whole turn. So a whole turn, was it clockwise or was it anti-clockwise? It was clockwise again, wasn't it? So a whole turn clockwise. Oh, he's gone a different direction this time. This time he's gone anti-clockwise because he's gone the opposite direction to the arrows on the clock, hasn't he? Yes? So he's gone anti-clockwise. Now look at the circles to help you. Which one do you think shows his turn? He's gone just a quarter of the way. Okay, so it's a quarter turn anti-clockwise. A quarter turn anti-clockwise. Watch carefully. And he's ended up upside down. And he went anti-clockwise. And it's a half turn. A half turn anti-clockwise. Which direction did he go this time? He went clockwise, and it was a 3/4 turn clockwise. 3/4 turn clockwise. He didn't quite make it back to standing up straight, did he? He's still on his side. So 3/4 turn. Okay, now that's quite tricky. So I think you need to have a bit more practice. Now, for your independent task, you have got some pictures of some rockets. Now the first picture shows you how the rocket started, and then there is an arrow to show you whether it's turning clockwise or anti-clockwise. Okay, you need to decide what turn it's made. Okay, so whether it's clockwise or anti-clockwise, and then whether it is a quarter, a half, or a 3/4 turn, or even a whole turn. Okay, so I've written this on here to help you. You can either have a look on the screen and just talk about it to your adult, talk about the turns, that would be fantastic. Or if you're feeling super clever, you could even write underneath, write the direction that each rocket has turned. Now you could, I'll hold this up closer to the camera, and you could pause the video and leave this up to help you decide whether it was a quarter, 1/4, a half, a 3/4, or a whole turn. Okay, and you can use this to help you with your spelling if you'd like to write it. But if you just want to talk about it and practice, that's fine. Maybe you could use your toys at home and practice turning those. Maybe your adult could call out, can you turn your car a 1/4 turn clockwise? And then you could have a go at turning it. Or you might turn your car a whole turn anti-clockwise. So the more practice, the better. Well done, Year 1, super maths learning. I'm going to hold this up now so you can pause the video if you need this to help.